Parents of Reddit, what is most fucked up secret you are hiding from your children?
I'm 27 and I just found out my mom started smoking crack when I was 6. It cleared a bunch of things up about why my childhood was so fucked up.
My son's older half-sister molested him and that's why we don't see them anymore. Waiting until we can get into a psych for support before we break it to him.
What is the hardest to answer would you rather that you have heard?
Would you rather be surrounded by people who brag all the time or by people who complain all the time?
Would you rather have everyone twice your age and older talk like an adult from Charlie Brown or everyone half your age and younger talk like a minion?
Would you rather be ugly but smell amazing or be handsome/beautiful but stink?
Would you rather keep scrolling Reddit or save your job? My boss asked while standing behind me.
Get stuck at all red lights in traffic, or have incredibly slow internet, dial up slow, after dark.
Or give up access to the internet or give up access to motor vehicles?
What is one common mistake tourists make in your country?
Thinking all the airports with London in their names are in London. I imagine Southend is a bit of a shock for someone expecting a cosmopolitan megalopolis.
Driving on the wrong side of the road. Also not leaving enough time to explore the South Island.
They trust taxi drivers. Never trust one if you're in Greece, you're just asking to be overcharged. Stick to renting a car at the very least, ask some locals for typical prices beforehand.
They often don't wear sunscreen. The amount of burnt tomato people I see.
They think they can drive around London. Why would you do that?
People think the Royal Guard in London are just men in silly hats that are not allowed to move. They're military men who will knock you the fuck out if you mess with them.
When did you realize your friend was toxic?
When she lied about having cancer.
Not trust me, you don't wanna ask her out, she's just a hoe. He then proceeded to try it on with her.
Backhanded compliments, also comments that she is amazing thinly veiled as a put down, almost like fishing for compliments. I didn't want to hang out with her anymore when I realized I never felt good after spending time with her.
When they brought his totally cool friends over, and then they stole some of my stuff and he defended them.
What is the most superhuman thing you have ever seen anyone do?
I saw a cop pull over and arrest another cop but nobody believes me.
Do you think a baby centaur would suck on the horse nipples or the human nipples? Why?
Well, it's implied in Greek mythology that centaurs are male, they keep stealing human women. Given that idea, just an idea, mind you, no proven fact, their mates have to be human so it's human nipples.
Does this answer your question?
The centaur sucks with its human half so it'd suck on the human nipples. The mother would lift it up as a human does.
I can use my veterinary experience for this one. Foals are fucking heavy. They can stand minutes later, them bitches get horse teats because cradling a 100+ pounds animal growing several pounds a week is no bueno on the human part of the back.
As a mom of 2 children, I can say without a shadow of doubt, it's whichever nipple is closest to the mouth while being snuggled. Probably both. Centaurs are a kinky bunch.
What was your school's faculty secret?
A shocking percentage of the senior class was sleeping with teachers. Very small school.
2 male teachers fucked the married school psychologist. She remarried one of them after she left the school.
Our high school librarian and business teacher were in a same-sex relationship and lived together. Nobody cared. This was mid-1960s.
How would you feel about a constitutional amendment which places all federal politicians under oath whenever they make any public statements, thus subjecting them to potential perjury charges for lying?
Do you want Congress to get even less dumb than it already does? They have to make a lot of statements. Even just by accident they would make some false statements, and they'd constantly be on trial with people claiming it was intentional.
When people under oath want to lie, they just preface every lie with "to the best of my recollection" or other such weasel words. The amendment you propose would do nothing more than add disclaimers to every public statement.
Too difficult and subjective to determine what is perjury or not. What would happen is people just won't say anything at all.
Like it would be a huge waste of time and money.
Die-hard Android users, why will you never switch to Apple products?
I like my folders, using random USB cables that I find on my house, UI that has actual options and aren't child-proof. I can upload music/video directly, without needing to use iTunes.
Apple only has Apple products, Android has all other mobile manufacturers.
I would be interested to see how the opposite of this question would go.
My first smartphone was an Android and I'm familiar with the OS and not the Apple OS. I know Apple is supposed to be intuitive, but there's no goddamn back button.
Apple treats the user like the user. Android treats the user like the admin. Edit, my first silver D thanks you anonymous so-and-so. Sent on my Android phone.
I'm not a fanboy or anything, but Apple products in general are sold as luxury products and I am not someone who cares about such things. With Android I get to choose a cheap-ass phone that doesn't carry a status symbol and that fits me much better.
What are some interesting modern examples of history repeating itself?
Streaming services such as Netflix are beginning to look a lot like cable, where you select and pay for the channels you want. Netflix, Prime, HBO, Disney, Hulu, etc. Pretty soon they'll start packaging them. I ruin my sleep with Reddit and promise to go to bed earlier. Next day. Did it again. Greater than tilde Germany tilde tilde Japan tilde Russia invades disputed territory. Greater than international community says stop that. Greater than tilde Germany tilde tilde Japan tilde Russia just does it again. It's like poetry.
Every time they replace the stalls at my local Benihana, someone drills a new glory hole.
Cell phones increase in size, 1990s. Cell phones decrease in size, 2000s. Cell phones increase in size, 2010s. Cell phones decrease in size, 2020s.